Eagle Owl, and today we're gonna talk about Howie Roseman is trying to make a splash. Myles Garrett look like he's back on the table. Also, AJ Brown, the trade offer for him from the Patriots, laughable. And we got to talk about Cooper DeJean and how he just want to win. But let's get straight into it. Not much quick hits, a lot of trade talks. And before we talk about Myles Garrett, right? Before we talk about that, let's get Bradley Chubb out of Miami, please. If we can't get Myles Garrett, please get him out of Miami because this is how Tua sound in the huddle.
Hey, we got 60 minutes. 60 minutes tonight. 4 hours of pain. 4 hours of making that field you. Hey, once we get out there, let's light the gate and let's go do what we do best. Let's go. Come on. Fizz, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I seen some in the comments after that speech that he couldn't convince an alcoholic to drink beer after that speech. Ridiculous. It's not motivating. Miami is just a mess of himself. I just watched him get blown out. But Bradley Chubb still look good, still look motivated. This is if we can't get Myles Garrett. But now, speaking of Myles Garrett, there's rumors. Eagles tried to give the Browns 3 first-round picks. 3 for Myles Garrett. And let's listen to ESPN Cleveland.
Rumor going around, and I have not heard it out of the Eagles, but I've heard it from a couple of other like high-ranking people in other teams that are clearly on the phones that, Howie Roseman and the Eagles are super hot after Myles Garrett and how he'd give up like 3 first-round picks for him, which, if it's coming from the Eagles, those are 3 late firsts. So it's like even arguable when you get through the draft process, how many first round grades do you really have? Maybe you have between 14 and 18 in a typical year. And that means that if you're drafting in the late 20s, early 30s, you're not even getting a player that's really considered on your board. Unless you're lucky, you're not getting a player that maybe you have a first round grade on. But yeah, so that's kind of like this rumor that's out there that, hey, like Howie would really love a shot at him. But again, I was told by the Browns, they're not interested in moving him. I think the Browns would be okay if somebody wants to make a call on like the running back depth, one of these veterans that they have in terms of running back depth, and then also defensive end depth, like edge depth, but not Myles. So I just don't think.
Even 3 late number 1 picks, given the dearth of talent and the amount of needs that the Browns have. If I was Andrew, and I'm no capologist, and I know this is a cap mess, and I know that there's a no trade clause involved, but if someone called me with 3 number 1 draft picks, after what happened this past Sunday, where a guy has the greatest game I've ever seen a defensive end play, sack the quarterback 5 times, and you still lose by 3 scores.
You're making that trade.
It's something I'd have to consider.
So if you are the owner, would you even want AB making that trade because of where we're at?
Well, this is
They gotta be on the same
a
page.
trade. This is a trade that the owner's got to negotiate and do anyway.
Now, if
And
I'm
that's
Jim
probably
Schwartz, I'm going to fight you.
Or at least I believe it as ESPN Cleveland, right? So the Cleveland reporters had a report on there like, look, man, I heard the Eagles, they tried to make an offer and the Browns not budging. They not biting. 3 first-round picks. And the reason why I believe that's true, remember when the confirmed reports came out that the Eagles tried to offer like 2 firsts, a third, and like a 5th for Micah Parsons? And Michael Parsons is top 5, but imagine for the number 1 guy. I'm not surprised we tried to give up 3. And this will be a win-win situation. To me, this one would be a fleece, depending on what the Browns will do with the first-round picks, right? Think about Detroit, right? Just think about them. Remember when they traded Matthew Stafford and the Rams gave up a haul for Matthew Stafford, and the Rams won the Super Bowl. They won the Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford, so it was a win for them. But Detroit, remember, they was a 1-win team, 2-win team, 3-win team. Now they actually a team that can compete. They use the picks they got from the Rams. Aiden Hutchinson, Jahmyr Gibbs. Who's the tight end? I can't think of his name. They got a solid tight end over there. Penny Sewell. Like, they used them picks that the Rams gave them and really built the future. So you can look at the Eagles and Browns the same way, and it definitely be a win-win because the Eagles are in the NFC, the Browns are in the AFC. So they can be building a team using their picks the right way. The Eagles will have Myles Garrett. You can win the Super Bowl or two with Myles Garrett. Now, how would the money work? I really don't know. Do we pay Jalen Carter if we get a Myles Garrett? I don't know. Do we hold back on paying like a Jordan Davis, or we start telling these guys to take a pay cut? I don't know how that would work, but getting a number one guy, I'm telling you, this take the team over the top. I'm sorry if Eagles fans are saying don't get Myles Garrett because it's going to cost so much, this, that, and the third. You're out of your mind. Did you guys just watch that last game? He had 5 sacks with like 3 minutes left to go in the game. He could have got like 2 or 3 more sacks and broke the sack record in one game. Ridiculous. This dude is talented. And for guys like that, you give up a haul. You give up a haul, man, because you know you get him. And what we've been saying, or at least what EY been saying, to me, watching the games, the thing that been consistently bad is the edge rushing group. Even after the game, we got 5 sacks. I'm like, well, Jackson Dart held the ball for like 10 seconds. Eventually, somebody gonna get there. But bruh, you get a Myles Garrett, and say if we don't have to trade away Nolan Smith or any of our pieces, we just trading away picks. Talking about Myles Garrett, Nolan Smith, Moro Jomo, who already got 4 sacks, or even Jordan Davis in there rotating. Then you have Jalen Carter. Come on, man. We won't even care what Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo, who the outside corner is. We be getting pressure so much. It won't matter. It really won't matter who the corners are, because the quarterback can have 2-3 seconds to think. Hell yeah, you give up them 3 picks. Because you playing for the now, and then when you look at the Browns, they trying to build the future. And even if they late round picks, cool. We know how he's going to restack on the picks. We know he's going to get his comp picks. We know he's going to do the trades and this, that, and the third. You think we won't pick in the first round the next 3 years? How is going to work and get some of those picks back some way, somehow, anyway? So, I mean, Browns are idiots if this is true. Unless, Myles Garrett just don't want to go, because I believe he got a no trade clause. Maybe it's like, yo, the Eagles want you over there. He probably said, nah, I don't know. But you build something. You can really build something, and it'll be a win-win for both teams, my personal opinion. But you know what would have been a loss and a win for both teams? The Patriots and the Eagles. So the Patriots actually made an offer for A.J. Brown. We know he's not going anywhere. They offered just a second for A.J. Brown. What? You better throw Christian Gonzalez and somebody in there. Like, you got to throw another player or something. You better throw some more picks in there. Hell no. And we still want to trade A.J. Brown. So that's called trying to fleece us. You better give us Milton Williams back, take some of that contract money, Gonzalez, and a couple picks. Then maybe we can talk. Maybe next year. Like, nah, we ain't gonna give you A.J. Brown this year. We'll come back to that compensation the following year and see. But man, you think we gonna take that? No, we don't need second. We got like 3 third-round picks. Like, no, we don't need your second, bro. Like, we could just trade up if anything. Like, we don't need your second at all. A.J. Brown's a key piece of winning the Super Bowl again. You just gonna give us a second? No. You see, like, we offered the Browns something. Like, you got to offer us a haul to get rid of A.J. Brown. We see what young Drake May doing. We know what he need. But A.J. Brown right now is a Philadelphia Eagle. To me, he should be a Philadelphia Eagle for life. But we'll see how that goes. But man, that was a laughable offer, man. Very laughable. And if the Eagles would have took that, all hell would have broke loose. All hell would have broke loose. So no, Patriots, we don't want that offer. Hell to the no. But let's get into the last topic. Cooper DeJean, he just want to win. Simple as that. Let me go ahead and play this clip.
How have you guys been able to lean into that mentality, block out the noise, all of the cliche things that we say, and continue to have such a great season?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. Winning is the only thing that matters in the NFL. And when you come off a season like we had last season and you win it all, and everybody's expecting you to continue that and be the same exact team as you were last season right away at the beginning of the season, when that's really not the case. There's a lot of things that change from year to year in the locker room. So you got to be able to block out that noise and continue and adapt and focus on who we have in our locker room and what we have and how we play the game. We like to play a physical brand of football, and I think we showed that this past week against the Giants. And I think we're only continuing to get better, and we're growing as a team, as a defense, as an offense. It's been fun. It's been fun to kind of hear everything that people have to say about us, and kind of use that as fuel a little bit in some ways, and also continue to get better as a team.
You heard the man. He hear all the talk, the team hear all the talk, but it's simply about winning. Simply about winning. Keep that mindset. I love it. The defensive side is embracing that. You see the offensive side is embracing that. Of course, some of my guys spoke out, said they want their accolades on the offensive side, but receivers going to be receivers. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, everybody wants to win. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel, man? Look, Myles, Browns, we talking. Let's get this train rolling. Also, Cooper DeJean just want to win. AJ Brown, they ain't going nowhere. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm up.